Right now, a major update is spreading across the United States that could affect millions of Americans who rely on Social Security programs. A new bill connected to former President Donald Trump's policy agenda has reportedly passed through Congress, and many people are now asking the same question. Could new payments worth up to $3,200 soon arrive in the bank accounts of people receiving SSI and SSDI benefits? For seniors, people living with disabilities, and families who depend on federal support programs, this development has created a wave of attention and discussion. The possibility of new financial support has captured interest across the country, especially as many Americans continue to deal with rising costs for housing, groceries, healthcare, and everyday necessities. Today, we will carefully explain what this new bill is about, what the proposed $3,200 payments mean, how they could affect people receiving SSI and SSDI, and what seniors and beneficiaries should understand about the current situation across the United States. Programs like Supplemental Security Income and Social Security Disability Insurance play an essential role in helping millions of Americans maintain financial stability. These programs provide monthly payments to individuals who are elderly, disabled, or unable to work due to serious medical conditions. For many recipients, these monthly payments are not just a supplement to income, but the primary source of financial support. That is why any news related to additional stimulus payments or policy changes connected to these programs quickly becomes a major topic of discussion. The new development that people are talking about centers around a legislative package that supporters have described as a comeback economic bill. The proposal has been framed as part of a broader effort to strengthen financial relief for Americans who are facing economic pressure from inflation and rising living costs. Supporters of the bill argue that seniors and disabled Americans are among the groups most affected by economic changes because they often live on fixed incomes that do not always adjust quickly enough to keep up with rising prices. The discussion surrounding the potential $3,200 payment has gained attention because of the size of the proposed amount. Compared with earlier stimulus payments that many Americans received during previous economic relief programs, a payment of this size could provide meaningful help for households that rely on federal benefits. For someone living on Social Security or disability income, an extra payment of several $1,000s could help cover essential expenses such as medical bills, rent, property taxes, home repairs, or overdue utility costs. Many people still remember the stimulus checks that were distributed during earlier economic relief efforts. Those payments were designed to help Americans cope with economic disruption, and they provided direct financial assistance that people could use immediately. The new proposal being discussed now is similar in concept because it focuses on direct payments that could be sent to eligible Americans through existing federal systems. One of the key reasons SSI and SSDI recipients are being mentioned in connection with these potential payments is that the federal government already has an established infrastructure for delivering funds through the Social Security Administration. This means that if lawmakers approve direct payments for beneficiaries, the funds could potentially be distributed using the same payment systems that currently deliver monthly benefits. For many seniors, the possibility of receiving additional support is especially important right now because the cost of living has increased in many areas of daily life. Grocery prices, prescription medications, energy bills, and housing costs have all placed pressure on fixed-income households. Even with annual cost of living adjustments to Social Security benefits, many retirees and disabled individuals say their monthly payments do not stretch as far as they once did. The conversation surrounding the proposed comeback bill reflects broader economic concerns that lawmakers from different political perspectives have been discussing. Some policymakers believe that targeted financial support for seniors and disabled Americans is one of the most effective ways to stabilize households that may be vulnerable to economic changes. Others believe that direct payments can also stimulate the broader economy because recipients often spend the money on essential goods and services within their local communities. When payments go directly to Americans who rely on fixed incomes, that money is often used quickly for necessities. Grocery stores, pharmacies, utility companies, and healthcare providers frequently see increased activity when stimulus payments are distributed. In this way, supporters argue that direct payments not only help individual households, but also support economic activity across local communities. The proposed $200 payment amount has drawn attention because it represents a larger sum than many previous direct relief payments. Some discussions suggest that the amount may reflect accumulated economic pressure that lawmakers believe needs to be addressed more directly. Others suggest the figure could be tied to broader budget calculations or policy negotiations within Congress. For seniors and disability beneficiaries, the most important question is whether these payments will actually be approved and distributed. Legislative proposals often go through multiple stages of debate, revisions, and procedural steps before becoming final law. Even after a bill passes one part of Congress, it may still require additional approvals before it can be implemented. Another factor that influences whether payments reach beneficiaries is the eligibility criteria that lawmakers include in the final legislation. In some stimulus programs, eligibility was based on income levels, tax filing status, or participation in federal benefit programs. If lawmakers decide to prioritize SSI and SSDI recipients, the Social Security Administration could potentially use existing records to identify eligible individuals automatically. For people who receive SSI or SSDI, one of the biggest concerns is how additional payments might interact with their regular benefits. In most previous stimulus programs, direct payments were structured in a way that did not reduce or replace existing Social Security benefits. This approach helped ensure that recipients could receive additional support without risking the monthly payments they depend on. The possibility of new payments also highlights the importance of accurate information. Whenever financial relief programs are discussed, rumors and misunderstandings can spread quickly. Some reports may exaggerate or misinterpret legislative developments, which can lead to confusion among people who are trying to understand what is really happening. For seniors and disabled Americans, staying informed through reliable updates is essential. Government programs involve detailed administrative processes, and announcements about potential payments may evolve over time as lawmakers finalize decisions. Another reason this development is receiving widespread attention is that millions of Americans depend on SSI and SSDI benefits. Supplemental security income supports individuals who have limited income and resources, including many seniors and people with disabilities. Social Security disability insurance supports workers who have paid into the Social Security system but can no longer work because of serious medical conditions. Both programs serve populations that often face higher living expenses related to healthcare and daily support needs. This means that additional financial assistance could have a meaningful impact on their quality of life. For example, a one-time payment of $3,200 could help someone replace essential household appliances, pay off accumulated medical bills, catch up on rent, or make necessary home repairs that may have been delayed due to financial constraints. For others, it could provide a safety cushion that helps them manage unexpected costs. As discussions continue around the comeback bill, many seniors are also thinking about how government policy changes can affect long-term retirement security. Social Security remains one of the most important financial lifelines for older Americans, and any proposal that touches on federal benefits naturally attracts significant public interest. It is also important to understand that large legislative packages often include multiple components beyond direct payments. Some bills include tax adjustments, changes to benefit formulas, or funding for various economic programs. The public discussion often focuses on the most visible element, such as stimulus payments, but the overall legislation may contain a broader set of economic measures. In the coming weeks, more details about the proposed payments could become clearer as lawmakers continue discussing the bill and government agencies prepare to explain how the provisions might work in practice. For now, the key point is that the idea of a $3,200 payment linked to a comeback economic bill has sparked widespread attention, especially among people who rely on SSI and SSDI benefits. For millions of Americans who depend on federal support programs, any potential financial relief is taken seriously because it could affect their ability to manage daily expenses and maintain financial stability. As the situation develops, understanding the details of the proposal and how it might be implemented will remain extremely important. What matters most is that the conversation surrounding this proposed bill has highlighted the financial challenges facing many seniors and disability beneficiaries across the country. It has also reminded policymakers of the importance of programs that support Americans who depend on stable and reliable income sources. As you reflect on everything we have discussed today, the key lesson is that understanding government benefits and staying informed about policy changes can help individuals make better decisions about their financial future. Knowledge about programs like SSI and SSDI, as well as potential relief payments, empowers beneficiaries to prepare for opportunities and challenges that may arise. In the end, financial security for seniors and people with disabilities depends on a combination of reliable benefits, responsible policy decisions, and clear information that helps individuals understand what support may be available to them. The reports about the comeback bill and the potential $3,200 payments have opened an important conversation about how the government can continue supporting those who rely on federal assistance programs by staying informed, paying attention to official announcements, and understanding how benefit systems work. Seniors and disability recipients can navigate these developments with confidence. The goal of programs like SSI and SSDI has always been to provide dignity, stability, and security for Americans who need dependable support, and any additional assistance that strengthens that mission can make a meaningful difference in people's lives. As new information emerges in the coming weeks, the most valuable step anyone can take is to remain informed and prepared. Understanding the system, recognizing how potential payments may work, and focusing on reliable updates ensures that beneficiaries are ready to benefit from any programs that may move forward. This is why discussions like the one we had today are so important. They help break down complicated policy developments into clear and understandable explanations, allowing seniors and beneficiaries to see how government decisions might affect their daily lives. Financial knowledge, especially about programs that support retirement and disability, is one of the most powerful tools anyone can have when planning for stability and peace of mind in the years ahead.